In a cruel twist of fate, this storm brings not rain, but fire. Lightning has set off the dry grass, and in moments the floodplains are a swirling inferno. The frantic pangolin desperately tries to outrun the flames. Many smaller creatures and insects will be consumed by the fire in seconds. The wildfire races across the Okavango, setting palm and papyrus ablaze. Burning tapers carried by the wind spread the fire everywhere. The wild dogs know from experience not to run in panic. The big game animals escape to the centers of large islands. There, the vegetation is sparse, and there is little to feed the killing flames. The fire rages for days. It marches in a deadly procession north towards the permanent swamp. Rivers and channels provide only temporary barriers. The towering flames, whipped by the wind, leap across the waterways and into the swamp itself. The fire is over. It has scorched thousands of acres of floodplain and has stripped great areas of the permanent swamp of its vegetation. All that remains is a charred landscape, seemingly devoid of life. Fire can be good for the delta, clearing away dead vegetation and prompting the growth of new grass. But some fear that too many man-made fires could do irreversible damage to the Okavango. The pangolin is a survivor, having found refuge in an underground burrow. The larger animals have also escaped the flames, only to face an even more arid and harsh environment than before. But now, at last, the Okavango works its greatest magic as the new floodwaters finally arrive. In surreal counterpoint, trickles of water create tendrils of dust as they advance across the plains. They slowly percolate through the ashes, restoring life to the charred land. Only inches deep in places, the new flood spreads out across the land. Some creatures that survived the fire now perish in the rising waters. The waters of the Okavango have come 1,000 miles from the mountains of Angola. They now end their journey on the vast floodplains of the Kalahari. The water will slowly refill the dry channels and dusty lagoons,